Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Don't have too much to tell you today, so we're going to dive right into Pack 1 Pick 1. With an interesting pick here, it's a very good pack. We've got Evolved Spinoderm, and that's probably going to be a pick. I really like green in this format. I think it's the second best color in my opinion to red. Hot take, maybe. I don't know. But there's also an Ambulatory Edifice, which is a great card. However, I think black is the worst color in the format, so that's why I won't be taking this. There's a Planar Disruption and a Hex Gold Slash. Hex Gold Slash could very well be the best common in the entire format. I think this is better than Volt Charge. 1 mana, kill any green creature in the format effectively, except the Spinoderm, is really, really good. If this weren't here, I think I would be taking Hex Gold Slash out of this pack. But we're going to start with an Evolved Spinoderm and go from there, and then see basically no green cards in the next pack. There is a Hex Gold Slash though, so we'll take this one. I think this one's between Hex Gold Slash and Hoverwings. Yeah, we're going to take the Slash. I mean, by far and away the best card in this pack. Not really particularly close. Drafting on rails so far. Okay, so again, green, well, there's a Ruthless Predation here. There's a Blade Graft. No, I'm not considering that. What am I even saying? There's a Necrogen Rot Priest versus a Ruthless Predation. I think I'm going to take the Predation over the Rot Priest. Black-green has just not been great. I had a deck with 2 of these, and like it still wasn't even that good. But red-green, as many of you know, is the best deck in the format by a good bit. So if we can start ourselves into red-green here with the Ruthless Predation, I think that's pretty good. Now, unfortunately, all of the red cards are already gone by pick 4, which sounds about right. We have corrected, and everyone seems to know that red is the best color in this format. So I think I'm just going to stay with green here with the Lattice Blade Mantis. This card is pretty good in my opinion. And I don't mind running a copy. I mean, there's Pestilent, Siphoner, and Whisper of the Dross, but these are not reasons why I'm going to jump ship and get into black right now. I don't like black. So I'm just going to stay where I'm at, and unfortunately, so are our neighbors. Our neighbors are looking to get right into red-green. So we are at the point in the format where we are self-correcting a little bit. Everyone knows red-green is good, so it's harder to draft. And I don't know if we're going to be able to stay in red-green, unfortunately. I guess we take the Sawblade Scamp here. What else is there? There's a Skull Bomb, which I think is a good blue card. And that's about it. So it's either take Skull Bomb to hedge towards blue, or take Scamp to try to get deeper into red. And I'm going to risk it with going down the Scamp route here. Okay, now there's a couple of things. No green, but there is a Furnace Strider. And I do like a copy of this card in red-green. There's a Malcator's Watcher. There's a Prologue to Phyrexia. But let's go ahead and continue with red with Furnace Strider here. Okay, we're seeing some cards now. There's a Chimney Rabble. This card is not a bad card, especially in red-green bodies. So we can take that. Not really looking to run either of these two. Or Volshock Splitter. Centurion in certain decks might be okay. But I have Malcator. Fun card, fun card. But we're going to take Chimney Rabble and see if we can solidify ourselves into the best deck in the format here. We've got a decent start on it. Have 1 Hex Gold Slash, and gonna need some 2-drops, obviously. But have a decent start so far. Not unhappy with where we're at. Okay, Kuldotha Cackler versus Chimney Rabble number 2. I think I'll take the second Chimney Rabble here. Don't know how many of these you can run, but ooh, okay, so Hazardous Blast Wield. Plague Nurse is not a card I particularly care about at all. Furnace, not bad, but I think having access to a Hazardous Blast in deck building is very important, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so Titanic Growth versus Furnace here. I think I'm going to take Titanic Growth. This was the only green card when this pack came around the first time. And it's still in the pack, which is good news for us. So I'm going to take this. Now I wish I would have taken the land, but go ahead and take a second Titanic Growth. Probably not running 2, but I don't think I was going to run the Bladegraft Aspirant there. And running 2 Titanic Growth is not the end of the world. We just have to make sure we shore up this curve. This curve is looking slightly ugly at the moment. Yeah, nothing here for us at all. Same thing here. And who knows, maybe that makes the cut. Alright, Slowbad Iron Goblin, 3 mana, 3/3, with some flavor text about artifacts. I don't think this is particularly great in the format. This is a very interesting pick between Volt Charge and Atraxa's Skitterfang. This is a card I always want to try to put into my deck and draft, but I always see cards that I think I like more than it. The question is, should I like Volt Charge more than Skitterfang? I don't think so. This is tough. This is tough. I think Skitterfang this is a very, very close pick. I'd be interested to see what some of the pros out there might be taking here. We're not like an enormously big oil deck necessarily. So I'm going to take the Volt Charge and possibly regret that later. Alright, I think this is a nice infectious bite here. Even better, even better than Ruthless Predation. Well, not quite strictly better, but close to better. There's a Shrapnel Slinger, which is a 2-drop. Cultivator could wheel, which means we might play that. Let's go ahead and take the Infectious Bite. I'm looking for the green 2-drop. That's the one I like in these decks. Even the green 2 mana 3/1 Toxic 2 might not be the end of the world. Ooh, whoa. Techathol Inquiry Dominus. I think we're too far away from this. Man, I wish we were blue now, but there is a Cinder/Ravager here, and I think that's what we're going to take. Man, people really hate blue. I don't mind blue, to be honest, but I'm going to take the Ravager. I think we're pretty solidified into red-green at this point, which means I'm also going to take Barbatterfist as our first 2-drop. 2 mana 3/1, you can move the equipment around afterward. So let's go ahead and take the Batterfist here. Now we have Nahiri's Sacrifice, Lattice Blade Mantis, a Terramorphic Expanse, and a Venser. I don't think this is for us right now, so I think I'm going to take the Terramorphic Expanse. The Nahiri's Sacrifice hasn't been great. Although Sacrifice with the Spinoderm is quite good, because this is going to eventually die. I wonder if that's a reason to run it. It's not bad with the Ravager if we get it out for cheap. You know what? Let's take the Sacrifice. This might be a Nahiri Sacrifice deck. What is this one? 2 mana 0/4 that does nothing else. Well, it's a 2-drop in long legs. I'm not going to play 2 Hazardous Blast. There's a Centurion, but I don't think we're super oil-based. And there's a Basilisk. I like Basilisk better than long legs, but I like 2-drops better than not having 2-drops. Although Basilisk is very good with Infectious Bite and Ruthless Predation, I'm going to take the Basilisk and hope we find enough 2-drops here soon. Free from Flesh, as opposed to Kuldotha Cackler. I think I'm actually going to take the creature here. I used to be pretty high on Atrocity, but with the presence of Hexgold Slash in this format, I don't think this card is playable anymore. You tap out 5 mana, you hope you're going to hit them, and then they Hexgold Slash it, and you're just like, oh. I hate everything. Well, it's a cheap creature. We'll take another Sawblade Scamp here. Slowbad Wield. It's a 3 mana 3/3. Are there any artifacts we're sacrificing? Sacrifice the Batterfist. Blazing Crescendo is not awful, but we have 2 Titanic Growths. I'll take Slowbad. Let's see if we play it. Full Shock Splitter is the only card we could consider playing. Same thing here with Canopy, but I don't think I'm going to main deck either of those. Now we have the same choice. Don't really want either of them in my deck. And a second Thrill. All right. What do we find here in pack number 3? It's not a great pack, but there is an incubation sac, and I've been told this card is better than I'm giving it credit for. I'm going to give it a try today. It's very slow, but man, once you get up to 4 mana, you just... It's almost like 4 mana make a 3/3 that draws a card because you don't use the cards you would have played otherwise. So I'm going to take the incubation sac here. Now I think it's a pretty easy Volt Charge. There's a Dune Mover. I honestly would probably play a Dune Mover in this deck considering our lack of 2-drops right now. But that's the only other card in this pack I would consider. But we'll take the Volt Charge. And now there's nothing. There's an Oil Gorger Troll, but I don't know how good that is in this deck. It's not bad. We've got Scamps, Sack, Spinoderm and Lattice Blade Mantis and Furnace Strider. It's probably playable. Just want some 2-drops. There's a Contagious Vorak. Still no 2-drops though. Take the Vorak. Alright, well I think we got there with a pretty good red-green deck. I'm just kind of worried about this. We have potentially 3 1-drops, which could be good. This is kind of a 2-drop, but not the kind I'm looking for. It's either that or another Basilisk here. What's our non-creature count at? Well, 8 instants and 3 sorceries, 1 equipment. These Scamps might not be bad. They kind of act as 2-drops for us in this deck, so don't think we need 2. Maybe not even 1 of those. Probably don't need 2 of these. Slowbat can't be good, can it? Don't know about the Blast in this style of deck. And now we're at 24 here, so... So we passed up on the first Hexgold Slash for Evolved Spinoderm. I mean, that's a pick I'm going to continue to make, so... Oh, I was going to say we weren't going to get another Hexgold Slash, but we did! Let's go, pick 6 Hexgold Slash. Alright, we did it. Sweet. Well, now that makes me feel a lot better about not having very many 2-drops in the deck. We have 2 more picks to find a couple 2-drops. I don't think we're wheeling anything. The 2-mana 2/2 in green. Axiom Engraver, that's fine. This is fine. In fact, this is quite good for us. Definitely taking Axiom Engraver. Love to see that. Thank you so much. Probably don't need a Thrill. I still want to try out Sacrifice in this deck. There's a Furnace Strider and a Furnace Skullbomb. Skullbomb is good with Cinder Slash Ravager and Oil Gorger Troll and Evolved Spinoderm. I'm going to take the Skullbomb here. There's a Copper Longlegs, but I just don't think even... That's not the 2-drop I'm really looking for. There's a Maze Skullbomb. Wow. Charforger last pick. I think I'm going to take the Furnace Skullbomb. Probably not playing. A Copper Longlegs last pick. Okay, so we have options on 2-drops. The question is, how do we think we're winning this game? And that's going to inform how we build this deck here. So we have 8 cuts. I wonder if Hazardous Blast goes well in this deck or not. Currently have potentially up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures with oil counters on them. This cares about permanence, and so does this. Which means Skullbomb could help. Sack is good. Yeah, okay. It's an interesting deck build here. So, what are we 100% keeping? You know what? This is going to be one of those interesting decks where I'm actually just going to build it from the bottom up. Like, what are we 100% playing no matter what? Definitely both of these. Definitely this 2-drop and that 2-drop. We kind of have to. Definitely both Volt Charges. Probably at least one Chimney Rabble. Furnace Strider's good. Sack is good. Infectious Bite, Predation, Vorak, Spinoderm, Ravager, Mantis, and Troll, I think, is probably the base of the deck, and then we build it around here. I think we need at least 2 of these Scamps to fill out the early part of our curve. Don't have many 3-drops either, so the Cackler's probably good with the amount of oil we're doing. I think 1 Furnace Skull Bomb is probably okay. The Basilisk is very good with our 2 fight spells. Nahiri's Sacrifice. It's great with Spinoderm. That's about it. It's also great with Ravager. There's just a random Titanic Growth. There's random Copper Longlegs to fill out a couple more 2-drops. There's another Chimney Rabble. I don't think we need another one of those. There's another Sawblade Scamp. Currently with 6, 7, 8, 9 non-creatures. 9 non-creature spells. A pretty good turn could be having all 3 Scamps on. We're never going to have all 3 Scamps on the battlefield, but if we did, we had all 3 cast something like a Furnace Skull Bomb, that makes the Ravager now 3 less to cast. Actually, yeah, because this doesn't come with oil on it. Any more oil in the sideboard right now? There's another Scamp, and that's it. Currently only at 12 creatures, so we probably have to add creatures for these last 2 spots. So what is this good with? Sacrificing the Incubation Sac? It just gives us... This is good with nothing. It's a 3-mana 3/3. So that means Scamp and Chimney Rabble would finish out the deck then? Unless we decided to go 16 lands. Do we have any mana sinks? This is a good mana sink. The Skull Bomb and the Sack are the only mana sinks we have, although this is a great one. So my question is 16 versus 17 lands. If we went to 16, what will we add? I don't think this is a Hazardous Blast deck. We would add, like, Slowbad? Or Combat Trick or something? Just at 14 creatures, which isn't a ton. So I think I'm going to stay at 17 and just continue to complain throughout the video. That's my plan. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. Don't worry. We're just going to stay at 17 until I have a reason to go down to 16 because the deck isn't cooperating with me. So, yep, draft the best deck in the format, red-green. Let's see if it can hold up. See you in match number 1. Okay, our opponent is mulliganed. We have a suspect hand, but the Engraver can help us rummage to find green. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it. Takes a lot to send something back nowadays. So I'm going to play Engraver on 2 and then see what I need to pitch from there, if anything. At least we're drawing red cards, even if we can't cast them yet. Okay, yep. Alright, there we go. Yeah, let's do Vorak, and then we can find a green. Hopefully, good. Cast the Spinoderm next turn. Probably just trading Vorak off for Lightbringer. Don't see why we wouldn't. We've already got value out of this. Okay, looks like they're not going to offer it to us. Do I want to loot? Okay. Interesting. I think I will. We'll find more lands, right? See? Let's get the Spinoderm going here. Unfortunately, now that I think about it, this actually isn't very good on this current board. They have great blocks. They would just trade this for an attendant. Like, that's not great for us. Yes, if we attacked with this, they just block with the attendant and the Lightbringer, and we can only kill the attendant. The question is it ever going to get better than that? And the answer is probably no. What that does do is that opens up attacks for the Vorak and our potential 3/3 army. So, and Rabbles coming in through. So, I think, as sucky as this feels, we're trading 4-drop for 4-drop. But it opens up attacks for the rest of our team. So that's the reason I'm going to do that here. Play the sack. Go ahead and just start activating it. Make a bunch of 3/3s and then... just keep going. Accrue card advantage while we do it. Okay. Hexgold Slash is a great one here. So this costs 4. So what we can do is 4 Hexgold Slash and loot. Loot away the other land. And these things are just going to come down. Well, we can put this down now, too, now that we have attacks with it. Because as soon as they play something too big, this won't be good anymore. Let's see what they have here. Looks like some sort of combat trick. Okay, so we can't do anything about that. Even if we kill a creature in response, it still does 4. So that's just going to happen. Okay. That's fine. Worse things have happened. Okay, go to damage. Just going to go ahead and continue to make a 3/3 hold up Hexgold Slash. Okay. I get that this is making our Cackler worse because we're getting rid of oil counter related things. Okay, now I'm going to play this land so we can troll draw a card off of the sack. Hexgold Slash still up. But let's get in here first. If they didn't attack, are they planning on blocking with the Lightbringers? Is the question. No. Well, what are you doing then? You're just sitting there. Okay, draw a card in the turn, and this is probably out of reach for them, unless they play some very nice big bomb. We just have way too much value in creatures in our hand. So we have 7 mana. We can play Cackler plus our last activation on the sack. If we draw a land, we can go double Rabble. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, you kind of have to start trading here. Okay, they still letting 3 through. So let's do this and this. I understand this makes our Cackler worse, but I'm just gonna add to the board continuing. And look, we've gotten 3 3/3s off of this thing and continued to draw cards and have action in our hand the entire time. Okay. Furnace Skull Bomb Incubation Sack, nice combo. Take 7? Oh, this has Vigilance too. Oh. Okay. Well, that's annoying. 3 to any target, you say? We can use our whole turn Furnace Skull Bombing, putting it on this, and activating that. But is that worth it? Doesn't seem bad. It continues the train of just continually making 3/3s. What on earth does that do? Do they get a Tyrannax Atrocity and a land, I guess? Right? Yeah, a land and a creature. Okay. Alright. That's fine. This is going to be quite a good attacker here. So what we can do is we can play this, Barbed Batterfist, and hold up Hexcold Slash on the Atrocity here. I'm not attacking. And I might, with the presence of, you know, that green X spell to give hexproof and things, I think I'm going to do this now. and just get rid of it. This attacks well now because it gets... There's 2 oil counters, so it's a 4-3. So we can attack here. Okay, we will trade it off, and that should probably be game, I think. God, man, they are drawing gas, aren't they? Well, I didn't anticipate them drawing a creature that also permanently removes one of our 3/3s, so there's that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, that Volt Charge is lethal. So we'll go ahead and get in here. Okay, they can block this and this. They take 1, 2, 3, this, and then we double Volt Charge them to the face. And that'll do it. All right. We were able to get there. I probably could have done that a little bit more efficiently than I did, but I didn't think we were really losing that game in any way. All right, we're on the draw here with another great hand. Hexgold Slash can just kill their 2-drop because we're on the draw. And then we have Engraver. Plenty other things. Alright, I'll see if they want to play another 2-drop that I'd rather kill over the Cultivator here. Ooh. That could be a problem. I think it's important. The value of Hexgold Slash in this format is to also be able to kill these cheaper creatures, and I think it's important to be able to fire this off on early stuff as well, so they can't ramp. Although Skrelv's Hive is going to be difficult to beat here. Batterfist isn't great against Skrelv's Hive, but we could re-equip it over to the Engraver here, which would make it better. Make these able to block it. And in fact, I think I actually will do that. Not going to attack so that I can loot with it. We've already got 5 lands. We don't need 5 lands. See what their play is. Okay. Oh, God. Toxic, toxic. Well, none of their creatures can block, but it may not matter. Combat trick dot deck. Here you go. Use them. Okay, here comes the combat trick, but that means they can't advance their board. Okay, it stays at a 3/3, but we have Volt Charge now. We also have... So it's an interesting option. We have Sawblade Scamp plus equip the Rebel, then Infectious Bite the Rebel onto the Might. But that leaves us not having great blocks against these two. Just simply Volt Charging the Might leaves us with good blocks. It's not mana efficient, though. I just don't know how we're going to race this stupid thing. Not to mention, as soon as we become corrupted, they get lifelink, which is not good. Because here's what's going to happen now. if we block this one, they just keep attacking. They have a non-stop army of mites that's going to continue to attack us. Unless we draw more creatures, then we can keep up with their army coming in. So this is, I've never played against Skrelv's Hive, but it's looking to kick our butts right now. Cleansing Raptor, give him that flying, yep. And we are corrupted next turn, so... Batterfist looking mighty bad for us right now. Do we have other ways to loot? I think we already got rid of the Engraver, so I don't think we do. I just don't know how we're racing this army of mites. We also had a pretty land-light hand. Yeah, that'll certainly do it. Okay. Is there a way we can prevent being corrupted? We can kill this one, we can slash one, and we can block the last one. And then we're still corrupted from the raptor, so I don't think so. And then they all get lifelink. We take 5. Next turn we take 3 more at least. Oh my gosh. Skrelv's Hive. Too good. Too good on turn 2. I mean, we have to take 4 more next turn. I don't think we have a way out here. Can we deal 14 in 1 turn? They drew an instant, so it must be nice. We go to 8. I mean, they're at 17. They've got lifelink. It doesn't really matter. We just never stood a chance this game. I'm not sure there's a way we could have really done anything differently. We had a pretty bad draw against Skrelv's Hive on turn 2. I really don't think there's anything else I could have done. I could have tried to race it, but we would have just died sooner. So, really not a winnable game for us. Alright, been on the draw each time. Our opponents have mulliganed 2 of those 3 games, so that's been nice, even though one of those opponents who mulliganed had a turn 2 Skrelv's Hive, and we're not going to beat it, so... Harness Skull Bomb, that's fine. You're going to cycle it? Maybe not right now. I don't need another land. I need creatures. Did they find their mountain? They did find their mountain. Contagious of Aurak. Must be nice. Mountain. Oh, hi. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay, can't block it. I mean, I could, and 2 for 1 myself. Or 3 for 1, because they drew a card off of it too. Axiom Engraver. Oh, hi, Mountain. I really needed another one of you. Gonna Chimney Rabble here. And get in with the 3/3, I think. If they kill it... Problem is, if they kill it with a combat trick here, which they have something, then that's really not good for us. And we have backup. Infectious Bite gets very bad. It gets unplayable in our hand right now. So, for that reason, I'm actually not going to attack, because I need this Chimney Rebel on the battlefield desperately. And I was very suspect of like a Titanic Growth or something right there. So I need to keep the Chimney Rebel on the battlefield. So dumb. So dumb. Yep. I need another land off the top. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I need. Vigilance? No, yeah, Vigilance, of course. So we started with 4 cards in hand and have drawn nothing but land. That sounds about right. Four, 5 haste, yeah. I think I have to block the Ravager with the Rabble and slash it as well. It's about our only thing we can do here. Do they have the +2/+2? No? Well, even if they did, well, they still might have it. They did have it. Okay. Well, that was fun. Didn't matter what order I did that in, we were still going to get blown out. Thank you, Contagious Vorak. I needed another land. Help me find it. Help me find one more. Sure, whatever. Could have proliferated their poison, but that doesn't really do anything either. Okay, they have lethal if they kill the Vorak. Go to 1. They have 4 different lethal threats next turn. We are... Oh, they had lethal that turn too. As long as they played a creature. So, yeah, that was fun. Thanks. Alright. So this is our 5th game, I think, on the draw. But our opponents have mulliganed. No, this is our 4th game. And they mulliganed 3 of the 4 times. So that is good. I might need to be more picky with a hand like this. But look, the Scamp into Ruthless Predation killing their 2-drop is good. Like, that's the interaction you need early on in games in this format. I play a 1-drop, I kill their 2-drop, and draw all lands. So, I'm just going to go ahead and fire this off. Okay. You're just gonna kill it with a Volt Charge? Yeah, I don't really care about that. You didn't want to proliferate my oil counter? How rude. Chimney Rabble with haste. Evolve Spinoderm because I got nothing better to do. Augury, proliferating my oil counter? I always gotta ask. Maybe sometimes they'll do it, right? Oh, they didn't. How rude. Okay. Well, if they have a combat trick, they have a combat trick. I'm not gonna not attack. Okay, they're just gonna chump. Alright, well, I know I could get an extra trigger on this Scamp, but if I play this Scamp, then play this, I can't activate this. So, I'm gonna play this and activate it. Get our stream of 3/3s going here. Another Augury, okay. They must be digging towards some sort of bomb. Let's see if they found it. No? Are we gonna get aggressive here? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I think we still win this race. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I guess good enough. I don't know. I feel like we were ahead in that game because of the sack here. This is proven to be very good. You're alright. It's a good card. Alright, we get to go on the play here, and we have double slash, which I think makes the hand keepable. It's a suspect hand with lands, but look, we like to... we like to draw lands here. But that's the exact opposite. Nice. So we'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and cycle away the Skull Bomb, trying to find our land drops. There we go. Pass it on back. We have Volt Charge up if we need it, Hexgold Slash if they're just going to play another Toxic creature. I'm wondering if that's worth Volt Charging. I think so. I mean, it's a 2-for-1. They drew a card. But just getting creatures off the board when you can against a color pair that's known to be aggressive is good. Land off the top would be great for Ravager. Just play a couple X1s. No. Stupid. Well, we found the land and can't do a darn thing. Dang. That sucks. I'm going to Spinoderm here first. Ooh, they have the indestructible trick. Okay, that's good to know. They have Tyvar's Stand in hand, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get around that. Clearly, if they attack, I can't block because I'm trading this for a Tyvar's Stand. Now, they could use Tyvar's Stand on blocks here, which they're probably going to do. But here's... Oh, I see what I can do here. Okay, so I'm going to let that go. The Ravager will put a damage on this, making it a 4-2. And if they go to Tyvar Stand, we can slash in response. Okay. Did that pre-combat to facilitate attacks here. I think I'm gonna do this now while they're tapped out. We can't block the Apostle, but the Tyvar Stand can give it +6/+6 right now, so we have to be careful. Which means next turn, if they have a land drop, they win. Yeah, so if they have a land drop, we lose no matter what. There's nothing we can do about it. So on that, we're just going to attack and then play our creatures and die to a land drop. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, and then they have Tyvar. Oh, it was... No, it's still Tyvar Stand because they had 1 green, so... It's like they got us. Yep. Exaxes for 11. I mean, I played around it. I don't know what else I could have done to not do it. I used the Hexgold Slash on the Lattice Blade Mantis there when it was at 2. We could have never dealt 4 to the flyer, so... Yeah. Alright, well we got the dreaded 2-3 once again. Lots of 2-3s on the channel, you gotta love it. And by gotta love it, I mean... you hate it. But, I'm still posting this nonetheless. Not a outstanding green deck. Or red-green deck. I mean, look, the lack of 2-drops. We never got on the battlefield early enough. And I was taking cards like Volt Charge and Ravager and Furnace Strider and Spinoderm over a bunch of 2-drops. And I think it came back to hurt us. Granted, we lost 1 game to a turn 2 Skrelv's Hive. We were never winning. We lost the last game to a Tyvar Stand for +7/+7 in the air. So didn't really work out in our favor today. But either way, thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video. And I will see you next time for your daily draft.